Und bevor wir uns das anschauen, muss ich euch kurz meinen Partner Blazing Boost vorstellen. Bei Blazing Boost gibt es Hilfe für jede Destiny-Aktivität, egal was ihr braucht. Trials, Dämmerungsstrikes, Raids, den Day One Raids am 26. August. Egal was, dort gibt es keinen Cheater. Die Seite ist absolut sicher, wie die über 25.000 Bewertungen bei Trustpilot euch bestätigen können. Und mit dem Code lachegga kriegt ihr noch 5% Rabatt. Das sind Geheime, die gehören zu den Illuminaten.
So awesome to be here with you again.
Last time we got up here, we got a chance to show you Savathun, the Witch Queen, and her majestic throne world.
Since then, it's been a wild year for Destiny.
You returned to the original loot cave to reclaim the fabled Gallarhorn.
Then, you exorcised an ancient evil from a hive queen, so you could put it inside a grenade launcher.
And now, you've been spending the past few weeks cleansing a derelict Leviathan from its twisted nightmares.
In fact, the last year has been the best year we've ever had in the Destiny community. I hope you can feel it as well. And seeing this kind of
Ich
reaction
fühle es
from
in
our
der Tat,
community,
ja.
it's both humbling and inspiring.
Because our team here at Bungie, we're not just developers.
Ich habe noch nie so
we're
wenig
also
Playtime
guardians.
gehabt nach einem großen
We're
DLC, wenn
trying
ich
to
gespielt.
build
Ich
what
habe sogar
we
Beyond
love
Light
to
mal
play in
gespielt.
Destiny, and that's what brought each one of us here.
PvP fühle ich
Brought
auch
us
sehr gut.
not only
Plus.
to Bungie, but also brought all of us to this final
Ist das
showdown
Andrew Tate?
between
Nicht
light
jeder mit einem Bart und einer Glatze ist
and
Andrew Tate, Bro.
So, without further ado, this is the beginning of the end. This is Lightfall.
Ja, da ist die Cyberpunk City in Neptun. Fortnite.
Wenn Sie dieses glorreiche Ende sehen, werden Sie hinter uns her sein. Um den vergeblichen Kampf.
Achso, das sind die Kabale von Kallus. Ja, okay. Ist das Kallus? Oder war das so diese Klonmaschine, wo er seine Kabale klont? Was ist das denn? Achso, das ist diese neue Fischmenschenrasse.
Wozu wir fähig sind. Was sie dann tun.
Ah, die City sieht krass aus, Digga, das kann man nicht leugnen.
Jenseits.
Die Kampagne in Lightfall wird wahrscheinlich auch wieder ähnlich gut, vielleicht noch besser als die Witch Queen Kampagne.
Was sie sind. Denn nur am Ende.
Ich sag gleich was zu dem Movement. Ich glaube aber nicht, dass das Gameplay so aussehen wird, dass du durch die Stadt schwingen kannst. Und wenn nicht, wenn das gehen würde, wäre echt cool. Aber niemals wird das gehen.
I've seen that thing 100 times now, and every time I see it, I still kind of get goosebumps.
Instantly, I had chills. It's all here, it's all happening now. Things are finally coming to a head.
Thematically, we really have been honing in on that kind of bombastic, big set piece approach.
It's gonna be over-the-top action, adrenaline pumping, like the whole time.
This is really kicking off the conclusion to the Light and Dark saga, where we finally face down this foe that we've been anticipating facing for so long. It's pushing it to 11.
We've been hinting at this malicious force in the darkness that's been our enemy behind a lot of our conflicts. We revealed that enemy, we put a name on it and put a face on it, and that enemy is the Witness. And the Witness is coming with its newly empowered disciple.
Okay, das ist Kallus dann.
Callus is really crash landing with a new and more powerful army than ever before. They've got new powers, they've got new armor, they've got tormentors to join their ranks that are going to be bigger and badder enemies than we've ever faced.
Das sind so
Callus is
Mini-Rolks
taking that
oder
army
was?
that he's bringing
Diese
with him to be the
großen Dinger, die da
harbinger of the
geschwebt sind.
Witness's doom.
Ich habe Rulk auch gerade so
This is
allmannmäßig
such a
ausgesprochen,
pivotal
ganz schlimm.
moment for Destiny. Everyone is coming to have a last stand with Callus and the Witness to really avoid the next collapse, something that we've been trying to avoid ever since Destiny 1.
Im Endeffekt sind es Kabale, ja, mit
We
neuer
see in the
Rüstung.
trailer that we're
Und ein
headed to
neuer
Neptune,
Gegnertyp.
and on Neptune there's been this hidden city called Neomuna where an alternate version of humanity has been blooming since the collapse.
Neomuna is the capital city of Neptune. It's a giant metropolis that we were completely unaware existed until now. What's interesting and exciting to me about this place is that it's pristine, it's new. It's not like a lot of the places that we've explored.
Ja, ja, das
previously
sieht
in
echt krass,
Destiny.
das Gebiet sieht echt krass aus.
Exploring that space is very, very
Sehr
cool.
anders als alles andere in
There's so
Destiny.
much new stuff to discover in Neomuna and in Neptune. And also I saw some new characters there. I'm really excited to get to know Cloud Striders and their story.
Cloud Striders can be compared to Guardians. They're both protectors of a civilization that's potentially under threat. But Guardians were chosen. It's their duty to protect humanity. Cloud Striders have chosen to protect their people.
Ja, Ingo.
There's like an awesome opportunity for the Guardians to learn from the Cloud Striders and their way of living and their philosophy of life.
So we've got the newness of that city, the newness of the Cloud Striders that we've never been aware of.
And then, of course, you get a glimpse of this green energy. I wonder what that is.
Strand is the new dark
Strand,
power that we
also der
discovered
liegt wohl
here.
richtig.
Something that's unique about Strand, unlike any of these other powers we've ever had before, when you play through Lightfall, you are discovering this power for the first time. No one in the universe ever in the history of Destiny has used Strand before.
This is the Guardian discovering darkness on their own and learning how to shape it and manipulate it and use it against Callus and his forces and, you know, have fun in the new urban environment of Neomuna. You are really gonna have to prepare yourself for a
Digga,
wild
wenn das echt
ride.
so wenn die Subclass Movement-mäßig ist und du durch die Stadt schwingen kannst, echt insane, aber dann bringt dir die Subclass in allen anderen Gebieten nichts, weil auf der Erde so, wie willst du, also, weißt du? Das bringt dir nur auf dem Gebiet was.
Right, like what we've just seen in that trailer is just the tip of the iceberg, and we've got a whole lot more we're excited to show you coming up.
Last year, we wanted to return to our studio's roots in creating some of the best shooter campaigns in the industry.
That's been our legacy since Halo, and we tried to push that front and center in The Witch Queen.
And it's about more than just guns, but creating an adventure in a handcrafted world full of surprises. Then, we added the legendary campaign option, because great combat needs to challenge you, to test your thumb skill, your tactics, and your build crafting.
And we heard
Bild,
loud
ich
and
kann's
clear
nicht mehr
that
hören,
you
Bro.
want more of that. In fact, 2 out of every 3 players that completed the Witch Queen campaign did it on Legendary.
You tested yourself against the Witch Queen and her Lucent Hive and rose to that challenge. And then you let us know it was one of the best shooter experiences that we've ever made.
So with Lightfall, we want to push that even further. We want to give you the best Bungie action experience that we can create with the brand new Lightfall campaign.
Lightfall is going to change the way that our players move, fight, and explore.
Ja, da ist dieser Dave Daniels oder so, oder Samuel Daniels, wie der heißt.
Fantastic destination, the capital city of Neomuna.
Der Sound
It's a
Effect
really
guy.
fun place to explore, and it's this bright neon metropolis. There's a harbor, office buildings, an arcade.
This is a city that we've made, and using Strand to traverse through it and explore it, it's going to be so exciting.
There's some places that once you whip out that grappling hook, ooh, you're gonna be able to explore.
Oh,
and
der
get to
Grappling
places
Hook
that you couldn't
funktioniert also
before.
doch.
Look at that up there. I wonder
Laut
if I
dem
can
Leak hat
grapple
Bungie
to
den
there.
Grappling
I'm
Hook
gonna be a
eingestellt, weil er
kid
nicht
in a
funktioniert
candy
hat.
store.
Also man wird mit Strand durch die Stadt fliegen
It's
können.
not a city that is collapsed. It is a city that has lived through the collapse.
Neptune now has to deal with the cloak being pulled back and then being revealed.
Oh,
to
das
the
bedeutet,
world.
es ist
I don't
eine
know
Stadt
central
aus
of
dem
the
goldenen
conflict.
Zeitalter,
Callus has
die nicht
taken
kaputt
his
gegangen
capital
ist.
ship and just like planted it right down in part of the city, and it's Cabal-occupied territory. It's a city under siege. You've got this infiltrator vibe at times where you feel like a tactical team going into a skyscraper. You're dealing with Cabal roadblocks and patrols all throughout the city. The Shadow Legion, they provide that like characteristic Cabal brute strength. They're all about like volatility and power, and they've been enhanced now by pyramid technology. They have these suppression devices that can take away some of your super, or take away some of your abilities, and then they fight alongside these terrifying new pyramid units called Tormentors.
As part of his discipleship to the witness,
Die Tormentor sehen krass aus. Aber das sind so Rogue-Verschnitte halt, ne?
Huge, unstoppable behemoths. They wield scythes. They can attack from a distance. They can bring you in close. They can drain your very life force from you. They are basically embodiments of terror.
It's like a boss character within the battlefield. Your stomach drops. You're like, oh, okay, I'm playing through, I'm having fun, I'm popping heads, doing this thing, and then boom, there it is.
We've got all the new stuff going into the game. Strand, Tormentors, Shadow Legion, a cool new environment. These are all a great setting for.
Oh, das sieht aber so aus, dass du nur an bestimmte Stellen halt Grappling hooken kannst. Da muss so eine Säule erscheinen, dass es geht oder so. Oder die Säule erscheint dort, wo du hin tust halt, damit du weißt, wo du landen wirst.
It was the first time we had done that sort of elected difficulty where you could really test your skill and test your power. And so we're going to bring that back for Lightfall.
Of course, you're still going to have that higher reward tier, and we still want to make sure that you get that inside track towards being raid ready.
Everyone back at the studio is so hard at work on Lightfall, putting in the details and making this whole release come alive.
Sieht aber krank, ja. Sieht nicht so smooth aus, aber ich bin mal gespannt, wie Strand im PvP sein wird. Es wird safe abfucken, Digga. Wahrscheinlich haben sie deswegen Inner Accuracy genervt, dass du dich deswegen durch die Luft schwingen kannst auf Gegner und one-pumpen kannst. Aber vielleicht, aber auch ein bisschen useless, oder?
Come on, amazing.
I'm super excited.
Speedrun Subclass sage ich dazu, Linux.
Talk about all the new stuff that we just saw.
Strand, like Stasis, is a power from the darkness. Unlike our light abilities, which are all about creation, darkness is more about consciousness.
Strand is psychic energy that forms this extra dimension or this sort of matrix that connects everything together, connects all living beings and all minds. And you, the Guardian, are sort of gaining the knowledge and gaining the power to peer into this alternate psychic universe and begin to pull at these threads and tug at these wires that are connecting all these living beings.
When Guardians learn how to use Strand, it's almost like this third eye opens up.
Alter, Eric Smith ist schon hübscher, ne?
The curtain of
Nicht so hübsch wie ich, aber oder?
Taking those connections and then weaving them into new objects.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool.
Sie werden es versauen. Punkt, Punkt, Punkt.
Always been there, and now
Ach,
that we
lässt
can
das.
tap into it, we can use it for our benefit, whether it's through movement or through
Bungie
damage.
vermeidet es seit Jahren, Dunkelheit mit was Bösem gleichzusetzen, weil Bungie versuchte diese Narrative zu sehen, dass es immer nur eine Frage der Perspektive ist. Weil die sind ja woke und so.
At any point, because the cosmic web exists everywhere. Even if there's not an object.
Digga, du kannst dich vom Zug ziehen lassen.
It's just taking that idea to the next level, putting that destiny spin on it.
Das ist cool, Digga.
The grappling hook initially started as part of the Hunter's Kit, right? They're all about fluid movement, rapidly traversing space and being very
Das
agile.
ist cool, Digga.
But as we were developing,
Du kannst bestimmt auch geil dadurch sterben, ja.
This feels like it's too much fun to just keep it to one class, right? So we made the call to expand this super cool new ability across all 3 classes.
Ja, das ist cool.
On the design side, we wanted to come up with
Da muss man auch mal einen positiven Kommentar da lassen.
Interpreted this additional psychic dimension like in their own way, right?
Schluss mit dem Camp in der Base, das kannst du sowas von vergessen. Die Leute werden sich trotzdem nicht bewegen, Bro.
Telepathically reach into the Strand dimension, pull matter out, and weave it into this big barrage of these Strand missiles. Wherever they land, these missiles are actually going to unravel, sort of reweave themselves into a new form.
With the Titan, you're able to weave these claws and do an area of damage around you, spinning and slashing.
The super I think I'm most excited for is the Hunter Rope Dart super. The Hunter does a flip and weaves these strands into this rope dart and is swinging it as they're kind of moving
Ja,
around.
Beyblade Super ist insane. Also zu der Super kann ich noch nichts sagen, was schlecht ist. Die sieht echt insane aus und nicht so viel Reused Animation mäßig, so wie Stasis das war.
We've learned a lot from creating our other subclasses, and we've taken those learnings about combat, about movement, about build crafting. We've put that all into Strand, and I'm so excited to see where players take it once it's out there in the wild.
Oh, Shadow Dive auch. Cool. Ey, die neue Subclass sieht echt insane aus, die neue Stadt sieht insane aus. Aber Digga, ich weiß halt, dass es nach der Kampagne nichts geben wird. Das fuckt mich halt ab.
Create communities that are welcoming, inclusive, and they'll let you bring your old friends and make new ones. And since last year, over 5 million new Guardians have joined our ranks.
We believe that there are still millions more of your friends that would love to play Destiny with you. And the things that you want to see us improve in Destiny are also exactly what's going to make it easier to convince your friends to come check out the game.
It should be easier to create custom, incredible builds. Easier to find people to play with. Easier to swap from being that boss-melting, storm-chaser-wielding, falling star juggernaut right into that ultimate yeehawing, dead man's tail shooting.
Ja, also das ist die Scheiße, die in das Reveal packen als Showcase von Destiny PvP Gameplay, fuckt mich richtig ab, Digga. Da steht hier dieser Barricade mit DMT, ist absolut unkillbar und Two-Tap 2 Leute. Was soll die Scheiße? Warum packen die das da rein? Dann lieber ein Lord of Wolves Clip mit Omnioculus, Digga.
The changes we're making to make Destiny easier to come into, changes to how you build your characters,
Die machen Loadouts, Ingame Loadouts endlich! Wow! 3 Jahre Ständer beim Buildcrafting, Digga, aber keine Ingame Loadouts. Wow!
All the teams are working together to build this experience, and so that's what's really exciting.
We keep on hearing from players like, hey, unless I have a friend to play with, I don't know what to do. And so what we're trying to give them is like, hey, here's a path to follow. Guardian ranks are basically like a knowledge ladder. We actually progress you through 11 ranks. And
oh,
it's
neue
really,
UI.
Heavily focusing on like exposing players to all the systems of Destiny.
At some point, the story about you
Paragon Level
involves other Guardians and what they think
ja, das ist schon ein Zeichen dafür, dass sie das Level-System abschaffen.
Of your journey through Destiny that we've never really explored before. When you show up in the tower and you see that person who's at one of the highest ranks, you're going to know that you're looking at a player who's actually really demonstrated mastery of many of the different activities in Destiny, not just from our perspective, but from the perspective of other players. Some of the higher Guardian ranks will actually be asking for you to step up, to actually rise to the occasion and prove to other Guardians that you are a strong player and a strong leader.
A lot of people have groups that they already play with, but this will really provide people the opportunity to be recognized for helping other people learn the game, but also provide more people to play with on a regular basis.
In the year of Lightfall, we're going to actually
das wird wahrscheinlich dazu führen, YouTube,
in Destiny itself. You'll be able to
oh, ein Ingame Fireteam LFG Ding. Wow! Bungie hat endlich Basic-Systeme ins Game eingeführt, die wichtig sind. Hurra, Alter, geil. Hey, das hilft uns natürlich echt eine Menge weiter, wa?
Find people to play with is just going to make getting into Destiny and doing the awesome content so much easier.
Yeah, and they'll be able to say, this is a player who I can trust to lead me through the new raid. I want to join their group. Or they can say, these are players who are new to the activity. I want to take them for that first raid because that'll be a great experience for them and a valuable experience for me as a leader.
It's really going to help players come together and understand each other better when they've never met before. It's going to make the game so much more social, and I think that it's going to
Jetzt
really
müsste halt
make
nur noch der
Destiny
Ingame-Chat
players feel
funktionieren.
like they're on one team.
Guided Games hat die Beta endlich verlassen. 5 Jahre Beta in Guided Games endlich gesucht.
So you end the activity now and you get to see the screen that has all the people you played with. You can click on one of the Guardians and choose what experience you had with them. So like, were they a good team player? Were they fun to play with?
There's no better way to actually show how good a person is as a teammate or as a leader than to have other players say, this person's a great teammate, this person's a great leader. It's really a
Ey, danke dir für die 30 Monate, Youngshi. Vielen Dank dir für den Reset. Kuss.
Also using the commendation system, people are going to be able to say like, hey, this person as a good leader, and looking at the Guardian rank system, they have a lot of experience. It's going to be, oh, that's the person I want to help me get through this hard content that I've been struggling with.
Social games like Destiny give you an opportunity to like really connect with other people and do things together and get to know each other. And with a system like LFG, you're making it so that more people can get that experience started than
Ey, also was wir bisher Quality of Life mäßig, die Subclass nicht, also alles, was wir bisher gesehen haben, außer der PvP-Clip, war echt gut.
We all love our fashion game. Fashion game's amazing.
Aber PvP wird halt immer noch
So we're
scheiße
gonna take
bleiben.
what we did for the fashion game and we're bringing it to the buildcraft game. There's going to be one screen where you can go to and do your entire loadout for your character. It's going to be amazing.
So you'll be able to save the build that you've put together as a loadout and then switch between those things as you're going from activity to activity.
Yeah, I feel like with the new release Destiny and the commendation system mixed with Guardian ranks, we're giving players
weder positiv noch negativ, nein, ich bin immer realistisch. Immer. Ich bin immer real. Subscriben, Ausrufezeichen Prime.
It's going to be about those commendations. It's all the ways that we're bringing players together.
So today, we are also launching a brand new season of Destiny 2. And as we've evolved our seasons over the years, we've learned a lot. And I think we've been able to deliver some amazing character moments and events for the community.
Übertreib nicht, Tore.
We're long past
Nach der
the
Story
era
wird
of
Lightfall wieder, also
Instead,
kann er nichts zu tun haben.
there are exciting story and events happening in Destiny almost every week, year-round. And we're not slowing down.
Each season, we want to keep raising the bar for narrative experiences in any live game.
Das Beste sind die Quality of Life Changes, die wir bisher gesehen haben. Die Story von Lightfall wird krass und so wahrscheinlich, die neue Subclass sieht cool aus, aber nach der Story wird es halt wieder tausende Löcher geben, wo du nichts zu tun hast. Deswegen fuckt mich das ab, dass sie sagen, nur es gibt keine Content-Löcher mehr in Destiny, weil du jede Woche eine Story-Mission hast. Ja, geht 20 Minuten, was mache ich dann?
And if we want to survive, we need a crew. We need to enrich our defenses. If you're feeling surly, maybe even loot our enemies.
We may even need to find a captain to join us on our next adventure in the Season of Plunder.
Naja, Season of Plunder war richtiger League.
Eramis hat sich befreit. Die alten Crews folgen nun ihren Befehlen.
Ich habe von ihnen gelesen. Wie nennen die Menschen sie?
Piraten. Die gesamte Vorhut muss diesen Verbrechern entgegentreten.
Also, Anker richten.
Zeig diesen Piraten, was passiert, wenn man Schwein
teuflisches Gesicht.
Danke dir, Kevin Janis, für dein 1 Euro. Hab PvP trotzdem scheiße gelassen, ihr Hurensöhne. Korrekt von dir, Kevin.
Ich hoffe, du hast noch Munition übrig, Güter.
Eine Menge.
Klapprigen Kahn zu sprengen.
Unix danke für die 23 Monate Kustiger mit Prime. Ehrenmann. Sollten sich einige Leute ein Beispiel annehmen. Ja, also Space Battles ist doch nicht so Space Battle mäßig, wie wir uns gedacht haben, ne? Ja, Roger, ja. Aber es ändert nichts an den Features, die sie ins Game gebracht haben. Die ganz cool aussehen.
Ich finde diese ganzen Abenteuer echt aufregend.
Es kommt halt darauf an, ob die halbfertig sind. Also wir wissen noch nicht genau, wie die funktionieren, deswegen kannst du wenig dazu sagen. Wir wissen nur, dass sowas kommt. Aber wir wissen nicht, wie es im Endeffekt laufen wird.
What are you most excited about for Season of Plunder?
Pirates. This season we said,
Ja,
what if
der
we
normale
just
Steam-Shop
go to the
steht
stars and dig up buried treasure?
We are unearthing a lot of mysteries and secrets.
Ich glaube
We're
auch.
swashbuckling onto enemy spaceships. And then we're also learning a lot of things about some of our favorite characters.
We're gonna have an adventure this season.
Season of Plunder kicks off with Eramis being freed from her icy prison. She's collected old, fallen crews of pirates and rogue cabal together in order to hunt down mysterious relics and treasures.
It's time to meet your end.
So Guardians are tasked with stopping Eramis from collecting these relics. And in order to do that, you have to create your own crew of shady dealers and backroom brokers.
Drifter, Mithrax, Ido, and Spider are going to be helping you.
Anchors away. Ready when you are, Captain.
That's the beginning of Season of Plunder. What you're going to be doing is forming a pirate crew of your own. You're going to fill it with different crew members that you can recruit
28.
over the course
Februar
of the
kommt
season.
Lightfall.
drifter. He's going to toss you the keys to your personal catch. Then you're just going to set out into the stars and do cool pirate stuff.
So excited.
Sergio, danke dir für die 32 Monate in Folge, Bruder. Das sind bald 3 Jahre, das ist echt krass, Digga. Kuss.
One of the mainstays of this season is a new 6-player offensive called Catch Crash.
When I saw the concept for the catch with the big mainsails on it, I just said, oh my god, this is gonna be a fun season.
Just like seeing Catch Crash through the different iterations, like fighting on the deck of the ship.
You get to become your own ammunition and launch yourself from a cannon to the other ship.
Scheiße, aber die ganzen Rentner kaufen es deshalb, hauen wir uns raus. Symbol für 100 Punkte.
The second big activity
vielen Dank dir, Bungie, für den 1 Euro. Wir finden es eigentlich selbst nicht scheiße, aber die ganzen Rentner kaufen uns, deshalb hauen wir es raus. Danke dir, Bungie, für den 1 Euro, korrekt von dir. Und so scheiße sieht das Action gar nicht aus diesmal.
And then our final new activity.
Aber wenn der Review vorbei ist, reden wir kurz über die Inhalte.
We have so many like different little maps that you can piece together fragments of this season, and they lead you to the lair of the pirate lord, right? Their hideout.
These are their caves where they're hoarding all of their amazing treasures and their mysterious relics.
These relics are mysterious objects of dark power, and they're all over the system. We don't know exactly what it is they do yet, but if Eramis is trying to collect them, it's nothing good.
Wann kommt endlich Fortnite? Ja, wann kündigen die den Fortnite-Zusammenarbeit-Ding dann?
Update with the fall, and it just ended up working out perfectly because you got all the simple arc weaponry and the arc shielded captains. It feels right with that release, almost like we planned it.
Arc is a damage type that's about proximity, right? It's about going fast up into your enemy's faces and like deleting them. It's the damage type for people that want to hold W. You don't want to retreat.
Ja, ich kann mich noch erinnern, beim Witch King Reveal habe ich direkt nicht viele gute Dinge sagen können. Aber zu Lightfall kannst du auf jeden Fall ein paar nette Dinge sagen. Guck mal, wer der Rechte ist, unser Lieblings-PvP-Dev.
We call it Gathering Storm, where you summon your arc staff, like twirl it above your head, and then launch it out, and then it will embed into the ground or into like bosses or mini bosses or champions and jolt them. Like a big lightning strike will strike the staff and overcharge it. And while that staff is overcharged, it'll start Tesla coiling little lightning bolts out at nearby enemies. Warlock is kind of this elemental conduit. You are a class that will turn yourself into lightning. You will create things out of lightning. Previously, you know, we had this exotic armor piece called Getaway Artist, where you consume your grenade and it'll make
welchen meinst du, Tor? Den liegt nur in der Richtung.
That fires faster and does more damage as a result. So we decided to roll that into base Arc Soul behavior. Anytime you are amplified, any Arc Soul you have from any source will become the supercharged version that will fire off just rapid fire bolts.
Ja, Axel PvP.
Titan's about being this unstoppable freight train. It's about this constant movement. So we gave Titans a new movement option. Something that we felt like is going to be competitive in this new environment of air dodges and air slams. That's a new ability called Thruster. And it's all in first person. It's all very much in the heat of the moment you see it happen. Its whole property is like rush down or getaway. It's a movement tool to the max. There's going to be this new melee.
Gar nicht scripted, der Clip gerade, ne?
An amazing thing where he like charges his fist all super flashy. It's our first ever charge melee, so you hold down the button, and as that cocks back and charges up, you'll end up doing more damage and getting a little bit more range. And speaking of like the whole,
das ist der One-Hit Melee? Oh, Digga.
Charges on one-shot kill.
It is. Oh yeah.
It's a little skillful to like pull off because you're gonna have to really read your opponent here.
Ja, ich sehe. Sehr schwer, den Opponent zu readen, Digga, wenn du ein fucking Radar hast und du siehst, wo er lang läuft.
And stay alive.
What I'm most excited about in Season of Plunder is that this is really a season.
Alles, was Kevin Janis über PvP sagt, macht mich tief unglücklich.
You're looking for pirate treasure, pirate relics. You're seeing the world evolve in a way we haven't done before.
I love that with the activities in the season, like we just leaned really hard into the pirate fancies. I love that we have your own catch. I love that you're tracking down buried treasure and then going after the pirate leaders in their caves.
The interesting thing about Destiny is we're not just a fantasy game or a sci-fi game, we're kind of a blend of both. And we take inspiration when we say pirates, it's old world pirates that you would see
wie wär's, wenn ihr mal Shooter-Game
We have like
sagt?
a flintlock pistol, we have an exotic fusion rifle that plays different than fusion rifles you've ever seen before.
It's just like end to end, just really leaning into that spirit of like
Sieht
the
aus wie eine
pirate
Glaive
adventure.
als Fusion
And let's
Rifle.
also make it so that new players coming in
Kingsfall
can
werden sie gleich
actually
announzen.
jump in and
Am
get
Ende
started.
halt.
The gift of the Thunder Gods is a starter kit. It's a set of armor, it's a Thunderlord exotic weapon.
So jump in, join your friends, set sail, become the captain, and build your crew today in Destiny.
Hab seit 3 Jahren kein Sport mehr gemacht. Kannst du mir ein Gym empfehlen? Hab nur ab und zu den Controller-Knüppel rotieren gelassen. Ernst.
Danke dir, Kevin Janis, für den 1 Euro. Hab seit 3 Jahren keinen Sport mehr gemacht, kannst du mir ein Gym empfehlen? Hab nur ab und zu den Controller rotieren lassen. Ja, probier's mal mit McFit, Brudi. Oder Homeworkout von Pamela Reif. Die geile. Na, wer hätte das wohl geraten, dass es Kingsfall ist? Ich frage mich, ob der Basketballraum im Kingsfall Raid jetzt eine Rolle spielt. So. Ja, was war da am Ende?
Man, it is so awesome seeing Kingsfall return to Destiny.
Yeah, actually, Kingsfall was the first thing I got to work on at Bungie. And I'm thrilled that a whole new generation of Guardians will get to experience this refreshed and reloaded showdown with the Taken King.
So, we've shown you Lightfall.
Hat man auch bei World of Glass nicht. Das ist im Legends Tab, das ist außerhalb der aktiven Timeline. Das ist einfach nur eine Erinnerung an
We
Kingsfall.
have one more thing that we are excited to announce today.
Destiny is coming to the Epic
Oh, jetzt Fortnite, Jungs, jetzt Fortnite, jetzt die Fortnite-Emotes.
Epic has been an absolutely fabulous partner to work with. They love Destiny. And we are just huge fans of what they've been doing in the social game space. When we first started working with Epic, we sat down and talked about the impact that their games have had on us. And they had a bunch of the same stories for us.
They shared stories about playing the Vault of Glass and how much they enjoy the social experiences in Destiny. And I got to talk about the summer of Fortnite Chapter 1, Season 5, when my whole family was laser focused, taking turns in the islands.
Fortnite!
In addition to launching all of Destiny 2 on the Epic Games Store today, for the next week, if you download the game on Epic, we will give you the 30th anniversary for free. If you haven't earned your Galahorn yet, or you haven't played the Grasp Dungeon, come to the Epic Games Store and you can jump in for free.
We want to welcome all these new Guardians with a celebration. One that stretches a little further.
Ich kann den Dungeon Free zücken. Ja, und dir Gellon holen. Ikora, Zavala und Exofremde, Digga. In Fortnite als Skins. Und Sparrow als Schiff. Cool. Destiny Fall Guys, bro.
A few years ago, we shared our plans for the Light and Darkness saga. This journey, years in the making, is coming to an end. Since we started charting our own course, we've been building this story. Across 5 years of expansion,
Den Fortnite
since
Epic
the
Games
first
Trailer.
pyramid ship emerged in Shadowkeep, and we first spoke to the darkness. Then, across Beyond Light, the Witch Queen, and coming up in Lightfall in the final shape, we're building towards a climactic collision between the powers of light and dark.
We've also been working on the Destiny engine behind the scenes, preparing our technology and our game to last for many, many years
For
to come.
many years.
Because Destiny 2 is not going anywhere, and neither are your expansions. We want this story since we first communed with the
Oh,
darkness
das,
on
ich
the
glaube, die
moon
reden jetzt über
to
das
be
Content
fully
Vault.
playable, start to finish. And we're happy to announce today that we are not planning
Okay,
to
Content
sunset
Vault.
any more expansions. We want the Destiny universe to grow, and we're going to continue to do everything that we can behind the scenes to keep that possible within our game engine.
But enough about the distant future. Let's talk about today, the best day all year to jump into Destiny.
Yes, because if you're looking to catch up, right now, all expansions are free to play for this entire week on every platform for everyone.
Right now, Season of Plunder is live.
Jungs, alle DLCs
and the
sind
Helm's gonna
kostenlos.
set
Rein da!
art gear for anyone looking to catch
Vergesst
up.
nicht hier zu Prime zu haben. Ausrufezeichen Prime.
Destiny is live on the Epic Game Store. You can download it for free, and you can get the 30th anniversary pack as your welcome gift.
And if you liked what you saw about the future, right now, pre-orders for Lightfall are live on all platforms. And anyone who purchases the annual pass gets the exotic auto rifle Quicksilver Storm today.
Today is a perfect day to play Destiny.
So we'll see you in game.
Wenn Sie dieses glorreiche Ende sehen, werden Sie hinter uns her.
Fortnite wird so cool. Einmal kurz im Chat schreiben.
Ich habe von ihnen gelesen. Wie nennen die Menschen sie?
Piraten.
Ja, war doch zu erwarten, ich hab schon. Also, bevor wir jetzt kurz über das hier reden, was wir gerade gesehen haben, weil da waren echt ein paar coole Dinge dabei, muss ich eine kurze Sache sagen, Chat. Wenn ihr auf Twitch in die Einstellung geht, dann auf Rider Prime Game klickt und anweist, könnt ihr irgendein Amazon Gott oder alles so Freunde, Schwester, deine Bruder, irgendein Amazon Gott oder sich mit Twitch Gott oder mit Twitch, wenn ihr Amazon Prime oder Twitch Prime, dann könnt ihr einmal, kostet euch Links, das kostet euch ganz nett, euch Links übernommen, dann könnt ihr für 30 Tage die Emotes überall auf Twitch verwenden. Wird nicht automatisch verwendet, müsst ihr manuell einen Monat, alle 30 Tage müsst ihr einfach ist auf dem Monim dort, macht den Hupen in der Hand bei Prime Game und vielleicht habt ihr jetzt gerade zu diesem Zeitpunkt ein Time available, kostet euch keinen Cent, ist der pure Wahnsinn. Reeks, danke dir für deinen 4 Monate mit Prime, Robster, danke dir für deinen ersten mit Prime, Kuss Digi. Ja. Und Sir Renix mit dem Prime. Kustigi, wow. Erziehungshelfer mit dem Prime auch. Für die 4 Monate. Kuss, Mann. Wow. So, also den Bungie Store haben wir schon mal offen, damit wir gleich Lightfall hier preordern können, war Chat. Wenn ihr über Amazon preordern wollt, warte mal kurz. Dann kann ich euch kurz einen Reflink dafür machen. Kein Ding. Destiny 2 Lightfall. Gibt's noch gar nicht. Schade. Hätte ich einen Reflink gemacht. So. Danke euch für die ganzen Prime Subs. Kuss. So. Also. Die Dinge, die cool sind. Die Subclass sieht sehr cool aus für PvE. QB, du warst ja noch nicht da, aber die Cyberpunk City, die wir in Lightfall bekommen, ist sehr vertikal gestaltet und mit der Subclass, du hast so einen Grappling Hook zum Beispiel und du benutzt deine Subclass Abilities, um durch die Stadt zu schwingen. Wie das sich auf den anderen Planeten, die wir haben und so auswirkt, weiß ich nicht. Und ey, es geht ja noch diese Postgame-Show los hier, ne? Sehe ich gerade. Können wir auch gleich schauen. Dann, was wir gesehen haben, Ingame LFG, krass. Ingame Loadouts, krass. Es sind alles Basic Features, aber es sind alles wichtige Quality of Life Improvements, die Destiny sehr krass gebraucht hat. Die großen Probleme werden wieder sein, Lightfall-Kampagne wird wahrscheinlich sehr insane und so. Und wenn du mit der Kampagne durch bist und der Raid durch ist, wird es wieder richtig viele Content-Holds geben. Warum sollst du PvP spielen? Warum sollst du Strike spielen? Warum machst du das? Warum machst du das? Warum machst du das? Das die klassischen Probleme, diese Löcher, die Bungie einfach nicht gestopft kriegt seit Jahren, werden immer noch Probleme sein. Nein, es bleibt noch auf Steam, nur es kommt noch extra ein Epic Games Store dazu. Und die Fortnite-Skins und so, ich meine, wer sich die holen will, der macht das und wer nicht, dann macht das nicht. Ja, also es gibt nicht viel Grund, gehypt zu sein. Aber Also diese Quality of Life Updates, die kommen, sind sehr, sehr wichtig. Die Subclass sieht sehr cool aus. Bei Stasis hast du ja von Anfang an gesagt, yo, ist scheiße. Bei Witch Queen, als ich mir das Witch Queen angeschaut habe, konnte ich nichts Positives dazu sagen. Und bei Lightfall kann ich schon ein paar positive Dinge sagen. Ich weiß ganz genau, dass PvP die Hölle wird mit der neuen Subclass, wenn da Leute durch die Luft schwingen und dich one-pumpen bei dem Netcode und so weiter, während du einfach nicht mal reagieren kannst, weil... Aber Digga, im Endeffekt, ich schwöre, ich weiß ganz genau, die Leute, die Destiny PvP spielen, die meisten, die Rentner, die 08er Gräs, die werden eh nicht durch die Luft schwingen auf dich drauf. Die bleiben trotzdem hinter ihrer Barricade sitzen, die Schwänze. Nichtsdestotrotz war das Reveal deutlich besser als Witch Queen. Lad es dir einfach. Natürlich, Cross-Save gibt es dir, wo du kannst dann deinen Epic Games Account mit Steam verlinken und dann lädst du Destiny aufs Epic Games runter und dann hast du das 30-Jahres-Paket. Es macht keinen Unterschied, Schmucki. Ich verstehe sowieso nicht, warum die das auf mehreren Stores anbieten. Steam ist kostenlos und jeder kann Destiny runterladen. Und Destiny ist auch kostenlos.